Hey guys, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer. And today I've got a grotesque zombie film lined up for us. It is Andre Bianchi's 1981 sick flick. It is Burial Ground. And if you haven't seen this odd zombie flick, you're in for a real treat. It's really, really strange. But guys, without further ado, here is Burial Ground. Burial Ground is a grotesque and immensely grungy zombie film, which thrives in its Italian genre heritage, while at the same time embraces everything undead and rotting. Lensed by the frequent genre director Andre Bianchi, Burial Ground revels in a dark and twisted atmosphere that grabs you by the throat and never lets go. When it comes to Italian zombie films, Burial Ground stands right there at the top of the heap, filled with darkness, death, and a healthy dose of sex and sleaze. The film follows the horrific events that take place after an archaeological professor uncovers a crypt that mysteriously revives the corpses residing inside. Ravenous and wholly hungry, the zombies devour the professor and then make their way to a nearby manor where guests of the professor have been summoned in order to learn about his newest find. Like lambs to the slaughter, the visiting group must defend themselves against the countless hordes of walking corpses, as the manor is besieged by their growing ranks. Will anyone make it out alive? Who cares, as long as there are hefty amounts of gory moments and exceptionally decrepit zombies to fill up the runtime. Burial Ground is without a doubt a highly enjoyable zombie film, and it is one that glazes over the typical aspects of a normal production, and instead gets right down to the bloody stuff that we horror genre lovers crave. Generally speaking, there are no central characters of the movie to speak of, but rather a mass of random cast members who find themselves hopelessly trapped in a sticky and bloody situation. They all pretty much serve the film's purpose as zombie chow, and in this vein they do an excellent job. Nameless characters exist only to die a horrific and gut-wrenching death, and the odd choice of skipping over many of these characters' backstories and purposes in the film actually add to the strange and otherworldly atmosphere of the production. Of course, out of all of these forgettable characters, there's always that one unique actor that stands out from the rest of the pack, and in this case that one person is Peter Bark, as the creepy little bastard Michael. Also known as Pietro Barzoccini, Peter brings a whole new aspect of weird to the film, coming off as one of the most annoying yet bizarrely hypnotizing characters to ever grace the Italian genre scene. Peter plays a sort of ambiguous man-child, as his role in the film is that of an actual child. The only problem is that he is in reality a grown man playing a child. The end result is something of a horrific yet entertaining mess, as we watch this imp-like man suckle on his mother's tit in the most awkward and unsettling of ways, only to bite it clean off. As insane as that sounds, that is par for the course with the film Burial Ground. Blood abounds in this zombified entry as we are witness to a plentiful amount of lacerations, gut-ripping, and flesh-munching when the movie really kicks into high gear. The zombies of the film are top-notch decayed, and abundantly slow-moving, bringing that traditional iteration of the movie monster that I absolutely treasure. The practical effects on the zombies and the overall general design of their makeup is sublimely morbid and especially disgusting, adding up to pretty much putting crap all over the actors' faces and extremities. The makeup effects actually do the job in presenting that overtly decayed feeling and macabre-like sense. When it comes to undead creatures, Burial Ground zombies do the genre proud, and like the undead in Tombs of the Blind Dead, The ghouls in Burial Ground feel extremely authentic and absolutely lifeless in that soulless shell of a corpse way. Add on to that the extremely surreal and atmospheric score by Elcio Mancuso and Berto Pisano, and you have yourself a haunting combination of ghoulish greatness that will tingle your spine. In the end, the dead creatures in Burial Ground are an excellent addition to the zombie canon of films, and the soundtrack encapsulates all of these grotesque elements to perfection. Burial Ground is a sleaze-tastic experience that you won't soon forget. Approached with a voyeuristic outlook in its gore-centric moments, and adamant in its presentation of everything macabre, this is one flick that doesn't hold back when it comes to entertaining and thrilling its audience. Filled to the brim with bloody sequences and odd occurrences, Burial Ground is one for the record books when it comes to unbound exploits and provocative subject matter. Never dull and truly obscure, this is one production that goes for the gold in the cult classic cinema department. If you love your zombie films disgusting and demoralized, then give this one a shot. You won't find anything quite like it. Burial Ground is a perfectly perverted bloody mess. And guys, that is the outstandingly sick Burial Ground. Just one of those unique zombie films from the 80s that has a feel of its own, and it's just really atmospheric and totally grotesque. So if that sounds up your alley, get on it. But guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, guys, I will see you at the next movie review. Take care.